What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Defending Cheese with Osiris. So we're going to have a game on Zelnaga Caverns here. It is a PvZ. I'm P. Mr. Vaporize, my enemy here, is Zerg. And he's going to do a little interesting cheese build here, known as the Eco 8 pool. So it's not essentially an all-in cheese, but it's trying to take advantage of the fact that your enemy will think you're cheesing and going completely all-in when you're not 100% doing that. So we'll see what he does here. So he just waits for his 200 resources for his spawning pool, gets it up at 8 workers. And I have to say, one thing that does give cheese away a little out, just gives it away, guys that are cheesing out there, is if you try to talk to your opponent a lot. It just seems, oh, hi Bup. Say hi to Bup. In a minute. How do I go busy? There it is. Okay, so I'm going for my normal 12-13 gate. I went for a 12 gate in this instance. No real reason. You could do whatever. It doesn't really matter. And I'm scouting around his base. He pulls drones off, so I know something's up. Something's got to be going on here. And I see that pool. And I'm like, well, didn't really get to see it close enough to see if it was a 6 or 8 pool, so I did the common 6 pool defense that I have, which is go for a second gate. So you got to react right away. You got to understand the situation that you're in. You see a 6 or 8 pool like that, you're going to want to, well, first of all, have your wall ramped all the time against Zerg, and throw a second gateway down. This works against an 8 pool. You could probably go for Cybernetics Core and still have enough time. He will be able to harass you a little bit more. And you want to get your Zealot out as quickly as you possibly can. I cut probe production to make sure that my Zealot could get out in time. And I kept my scouting probe out still on that Zelnaga watchtower to distract any Zerglings that might be going by. It's unlikely that they will. They're going to go straight for your base most of the time. But, you know, if you could buy yourself some time, why not? And always keep a probe right at the front door to build pylons to block them off. You know, I probably didn't need it in this game because he went for an 8 pool instead of a 6 pool, but just being safe, I didn't know 100% what he was doing. And he's not going to be able to get in here. My Zealot did take quite a few hits because that pylon did block him from blocking the ramp 100% correctly. But whatever, he gets some guys in, it's not that much, and some probes can easily deal with this. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to keep committing to this cheese instead of going for an eco build like he is, so I'm going to throw another pylon up just to make sure he can't get in. And chase him around with my Zealot. He could scout to his heart's content. He's not really going to get enough done in there, I think. So we'll see what he's doing in his base. He's got his queen up, and he's just droning up. He's being annoying. The whole purpose of these guys around here are just to annoy me and make sure I'm not mining 100%. So you got to think, what's the situation? How did the situation change from a normal game that I'd be playing here? And the situation is that I'm thinking he didn't go all in because I didn't see any other guys coming in. So that means if he hasn't left the game, he's got to be thinking he's going to win somehow. So got to outthink your opponent. Think, what could he possibly do? What has he seen of my base that would indicate that he could beat me right now? And I'm thinking he's going to go for roaches. It's pretty obvious. And he's probably going to try to expand. So I'm throwing up out of my 2 gates here. I'm going to chrono boost some Zealots out, or get as many Zealots out as I can. And, well, attack the pylon so I can get out, first of all. And throw up my Cyber Core, getting ready for a tech up so I can make Stalkers and Sentries. And we see here, I noticed with that probe that you should always have out scouting, that he is indeed going for that hatchery. So I know he's going for some type of eco. He's trying to catch up. I didn't scout the Roach Horn, but I was pretty sure that it was going to come out, because it's really the only way that he could hold off the Zealots that he knows that I have. So I wait till I get 4 Zealots, go out of my base, and I'm going to let this hatchery get up first. That's important. Don't send out Zealots and let him cancel the hatchery. You want to let him get it up, because he's not going to have enough guys to defend right now. It's impossible. And just send those Zealots straight onto there. So that's 300 resources down in the hatch for him. Useless. And it just boosts my advantage even more. So I'm getting Warp Gate on my Cybernetics Core there. And, you know, like I said in the last one, you know, you always want to be sure that you don't overextend yourself, even if you just got cheese, because they can come back and kill you I've seen it happen time and time again, and it's happened to myself. So he's playing pretty smart here. This guy's a high-level diamond, I believe. He's getting 2 spine crawlers. He's going to play a little defense here. And the whole point of him going roaches while I have zealots is so he could just push out and actually be able to take his second base. You notice here I actually sent another drone out. This is smart on his part. It doesn't really matter that I didn't see it at any point in this game, but definitely smart playing on his part. So he's got his 2 spines up, and you just want to make sure you don't overextend yourself at this point. You just want to keep him locked in his base, make sure he can't get out, get his expansion up. Even, I didn't know that he had that one up, but it's not as easy to transfer drones to a hidden expansion like that, so it still stands. So I'm figuring that the roaches are going to come any second now. And I would be right about that, because they are. So I'm pretty sure that I'm fairly far ahead of him, so I went for a forge. And I went for a 4-gate. And I figure I'd do the same thing that I did in my last episode of defending cheese. And that is just 4-gate, press advantage, not let the guy expand. So that's the whole purpose of these zealots, really, is to sit around his base and make sure that he can't get a drone out to get an expansion up, because Zerg on one base is very ineffective against Protoss. So the whole point of those zealots really is to make him make more roaches. If these zealots weren't here, and I know like some of you guys don't know you wouldn't know exactly what to do, how to completely defeat this cheese without giving me a chance. You got to keep your zealots around his base. You got to press your advantage and make sure that he takes as long as possible for him to move out of his base. So we see back here at my base, I'm getting some sentries up, 2-3 sentries good, and starting to get them stalkers out, because they are pretty dang good against roaches. And here he comes with his drone, going for his 3rd now. And we see this hatchery is not really doing too much, because he's going to have to build drones at this and not transfer, which is it's a huge loss for Zerg, really. And, you know, once you think you have the advantage, you're going to want to push out of your base. And I was waiting for my 1 attack here, I think. Sending out a probe, of course, to get your forward pylon up. And always just making sure that you stay ahead. You know, stay ahead of your opponent. I know that he's not going to have enough army to hold this off, so anything that he does really doesn't matter at this point. Don't have to kill him as long as I just keep him on one base. And I mean, he's playing this game pretty well. Against, if I didn't play this 100% right, he could have actually come back, and that would be pretty sad. So we're seeing here, I'm gonna go for the all-in attack and just finish him off. You want to get a pylon straight up on the ramp to make sure you can warp some units in once you can, you know, once it goes up. And this game's pretty much over. There's not much you can do besides spawning 40 lings, but I mean, I don't think that's going to help him too much. And there goes the warping. Game's pretty much over. I commend him for trying. Just not enough to hold it off. But there you have it, folks. The Eco 8-pool defense. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was informative to y'all, and I'll keep on coming out with these defending cheeses as much as I get cheesed. So guys on the ladder, cheese me. Thank you. See you later.